What do you think you lacked as a child?
What's a nostalgic trigger that instantly takes you back to a different time in your life? This is a good question.
What's your first memory with money? What is the most romantic thing someone has done for you?
What is the last thing you did that was against your beliefs? Against my beliefs?
What's something you disagree on with the most people? That's a tough one. No.
What do you think you lacked as a child? I lived in boxes. I was a part of a family, but they were never there. I was a latchkey kid, basically, and everything I did was wrong. Children learn by what they see. What you say doesn't mean a thing. It's what they do, and they try and reproduce what they see the big people do. And then the big people write them and say it's correct. You can't do that.
Okay, so my first question is, what's the weirdest thing you ate? I think the weirdest thing that I've ate before is, I would say it's snail. I know it's a famous delicacy in France, but for somebody like me that hasn't tried like stuff like this, to me that was pretty weird. But I actually ended up liking it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it. I would go back and try it again.
Okay.
My second question is, what's a nostalgic trigger that instantly takes you back to a different time in your life? This is a good question. It's something that I would have to think about. I'd say when I look at little kids, I think that takes me more further back in time than anything, because then I just think to myself, like how would I see life if I was a kid right now in this present time? And so, yeah, that's my instant trigger. It's just looking at little kids and I just wish I was a little kid again, I guess.
Pick a good one. Pick this pink one. Let's see. What's your first memory with money? What is the most romantic thing someone has done for you? My first memory with money is, I remember I was a kid in Iran and my dad had a bunch of just groceries he had to take upstairs. I was maybe 3 years old and I asked if he needed help, and he said he would pay me, if I did a little bit of work. And I was small, so carrying a big watermelon was very, very difficult for me. So, I definitely earned my first dollar. As far as the most romantic thing, I remember an ex of mine, this is gonna sound a little ironic that she's my ex, but one day I came home from work and, I had a house and everything at that point. She said, she had a surprise for me, and that's could go either way. But she brought out a slideshow of pictures of us, a bunch of texts, and she's like, here's all the reasons why I think we should stay together. And it was, she had food planned and everything. It was a really, really good night, It ended well, I would say. We're still, we just had differences, moved in our own paths, but it's one of the more pleasant memories that I've had with her. One of many.
No.
So, what's your earliest memory? Or what are your least qualified to give advice about? Okay. So, my earliest memory, I think I was in my grandmother's house, like spinning around and eating my head on the ground and going to the hospital right after. And the least qualified to give advice about
So my question is, what is the last thing you did that was against your beliefs? Against my beliefs? I don't think I've done anything that was against my beliefs, because I would feel wrong to do it, so I don't think I've done that.
Okay.
And
What's something you disagree on with the most people? That's a tough one. No, no. In the consciousness of freedom, I'm gonna say.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
What do you mean?
Some people think freedom is like do whatever they want, and I think freedom ends when the freedom of the next person is involved. So it's not just freedom and
Whatever, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
maybe that.
Oh, nice. What's your biggest fear in a romantic relationship? This is the first question. Okay. The betrayal. I hate some advice like when you like enter in a serious relation, and in the end like shocked with bad results or a relation without no direction. This is my fear, for example. So
What typical situation comment can trigger your anger? Telling me what I should do.
It's a good one.
No, so you should do this. Why? You're not trying my shoes on you or telling you don't. I've come to this path, I'm quite happy about it, but there's no way, Jose, that you are going to tell me men have always been more privileged, man. And when you're just the pawns and you move around to gain things. And that's it, I was like, this is... So, I say, walk your talk and shut the fuck up, please. If you're not walking your talk, you're lying. You're lying to yourself, you're making a lot of noise, people wave their arms around too much.
what's one thing that you wish you had started earlier? I think I wish I met my partner earlier. You know, just spend more memories, more time together. And at least that would have been, I don't know, that would have been a romantic and best memory.
Yeah.